Hi everyone. In this video we're going to go through a quick run through of how you bring your SketchUp model into Layout so that you can create presentation documents. So we're going to start with our Gaia class template. We're going to open up a new document, which is what we have here. Then we're going to go to File, Insert, and you need to find your assignment 1A in the folder that hopefully you created to keep everything organized. We're going to choose that and open. And this outline here is a viewport. So the way it works is essentially Layout is like a camera looking down on your model. So this blue outline, that's your camera lens. And then your model is actually your model that you created in SketchUp sitting underneath. So we don't want to actually interact with the model. We're just bringing it in and we're going to kind of keep it there. We can go back and make updates to SketchUp if needed, but we're just going to bring this image in and then just sort of leave it there. The first thing we need to do though is manipulate it so that the whole thing is showing up on our screen. So one thing that you will notice is when I move these little grips, the model is changing size. So that's changing the scale of the model. So what we can do is use our SketchUp model tray here, which has our SketchUp model file right there. And we don't have it to a specific scale for this assignment, but we will in future. But what we want to do is click Preserve Scale. Then when I pull these little doohickeys to resize the model, it's actually staying the same size, okay? So we want to get that on the page. And then we're going to shrink it a bit so that it fits on our page. If you happen to click off of it, all you have to do is click on the line work here and it'll activate your viewport again for you. You're almost there. This part seems a little bit finicky when you're first starting. It does get easier, I promise. And it's much easier when you've actually drawn to scale so that you don't have to worry about fussing with it. Okay, so I've got it fitting on my page fairly well. So I'm going to click my preserve scale again, and then I'm just going to click off to deactivate my viewport. Zoom in a little bit here. So now we want to create some labels. Because Layout is actually creating presentation documents, these are the pages that you would print or even show in a video presentation, that sort of thing, to your client if you're doing design work. So you always want to make sure that it is well labeled, because it's surprising, but most people can't look at a 2D drawing of their yard and go, oh yeah, that's what that is. So we really need to be very clear about what things are. Okay, so we want to choose our label tool, and we are going to label, this is the walkway, and we pull it up, click once, click a second time, and then we're going to just type in the box. Like that. This is meaning that I have my caps lock on. I'm using my Mac, of course. Okay, and then we just click off when we're done with it. And we're just going to continue to label according to the image that is in your lesson. So we're just going to make sure that all the labels match. I'm just going to speed this next part up. Now we can use our text tool just to label our house, patio, and driveway. We usually call it residence. If we decide that we've got a label that is in the wrong location, you can do this and just slide it over. So really easy to work with. And then we want to add a text box down at the bottom with the assignment 1B, name, and date. You just click away from it. If you need to go back and edit, you can just click on it and then type in the box. So very simple. And the last step is just to, well, save for sure. That's second last step. So we just want to save as and call it assignment 1B, and then with our names. And make sure you put that in the folder that you've designated for your files. And then we want to go to File again and Export. And we want to export it as a PDF. So the name is already in there, so we don't have to worry about that. And it's going to go to the same file location you've already used. And you can set the resolution in that, but the default works just fine. And save. Now you've got your layout file and your PDF ready to submit.